This episode is brought to you by H1M. New horror. Subscribe now. Don't listen alone. Welcome to Haunted Grove, the podcast that drags you into the darkest corners of the supernatural. Each episode delivers chilling short stories of vengeful spirits, haunted places, and things that should not exist. These are true encounters with the unknown, told to unsettle, disturb, and stay with you. Are you ready to face your fears? Then step into the grove and let the horror begin. My name is Thomas Gray. At a little past 1:30 a.m. on the night of October 12, 2011, I was woken by a knock at my door. My home, a small creaking Victorian on the edge of Marlton, Indiana, sat at the end of a forgotten road, where no one should have been that night. The knocking was soft at first, then insistent. With a hollow dread building in my chest, I got out of bed and went down the stairs. The house groaned with every step I took. When I opened the door, I found a man standing there in the cold mist. He was in his 40s, gaunt, with hollow eyes, dressed in dark slacks and a plain white shirt, though it was damp and stained with something dark. He said he'd crashed his car at the bend in the road and needed to call for help. His voice was low, polite, and calm in a way that unnerved me. There was no sign of injury, no tremble in his voice. He spoke as if asking to borrow sugar. I let him in, pointing him toward the phone in the hallway. As he moved past me, the air seemed to grow colder. I stepped outside for a moment, hoping to see evidence of his story. Twisted metal, shattered glass. But there was nothing. Just the empty road, swallowed in fog. When I returned inside, he was already coming back from the phone. His call had been brief. Too brief. I asked if he wanted water or a seat, but he declined both. His eyes darted once toward the darkened living room. When I asked who he'd called, he hesitated, then said quietly, "No one answered." Before I could reply, he thanked me and stepped out into the night without another word. I watched him walk down the road until the mist swallowed him whole. Sleep didn't come easy that night, nor the nights that followed. I scoured the newspapers for any mention of a wreck, but there was nothing. A week later, I awoke again in the dead of night. This time there was no knock, but a suffocating weight in the air. I crept downstairs, my dog at my heels, and froze when I saw him. The same man, sitting silently on the old sofa, staring at the front door, as if waiting for something. His clothes were exactly as before, but dirtier now, and the dark stains had spread. When I whispered a greeting, he turned, his face empty, his eyes hollow. "They weren't real to me," he murmured, or so I thought he said. I backed into the kitchen, heart hammering, and called the police. But when I returned, he was gone. The door was still bolted, the house silent, save for my breathing. Days later, I found small dolls placed around the house, in the kitchen, on the stairs, by the front door, always face down, always where I'd just been. I moved out not long after, but sometimes when I drive past the old house, I see him in the window, waiting. And I wonder if the next owner will see him too, or if this haunting is mine alone to bear. And that's where we leave you for this journey into the unknown on Haunted Grove. Thank you for daring to listen to tonight's chilling tales. If these stories have lingered with you, please consider following us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a rating or review. It truly helps more sleepless souls find their way to the Grove. Join us again in 2 weeks for another descent into the darkness. Until then, keep the lights on and stay safe.